It's noon here in Chile. Where the hell am I? Ventnor City, New Jersey, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And this is CarEdge Live for Tuesday, January 21st. I see my son Zach is dressed for the cold weather, and well, me, Ray, I'm just rubbing my hands to stay warm.
All right, folks, happy Tuesday. Pops, glad to be back here with you. Thanks for tuning in to CarEdge Live. Today's show is brought to you by our sponsor, Delete Me. We'll be talking about them in about 10 minutes. But before that, CarEdge.com. We are in year number 5, folks. If my dad or I can help you get the best deal and save thousands, that's what we're all about here at CarEdge.com. And I see folks are saying Raybot says it's over. I don't know, folks. You can play around with Raybot right over here. It's actually called CarEdge Advisor, but Raybot is down here in the bottom right corner for you. We continue to seek out input as you play with Ray. Now, we're going to talk about...
Yes.
Really? I'm getting away with that one?
I didn't hear what I didn't pay any attention to what you said. What'd you
say?
say?
You're going to have to go back and rewatch that because I thought that was funny. All right, we are going to turn our attention, Papa Shevska, to the latest Edmunds data. There's 2 new press releases from Edmunds, and both of them are troubling. And I didn't even say that they shocked the auto industry, Dad. Edmunds is shocking the entire world. We'll start here. Car loan trouble. The average amount owed on upside-down auto loans hits an all-time high in Q4 2024. Analysts say nearly 1 in 4 vehicle trade-ins towards new car purchases have negative equity, and of those are underwater by more than $10,000. So 25% of the people that go in and purchase a new vehicle and trade in a vehicle are upside down. They owe more on their vehicle than it's worth. And of those people, 1 out of every 4 owes $10,000 or more on that vehicle. That's headline number 1 of 2. Let me get your quick take on that, Dad.
Only 10,000. That's a lot. If there's a few things in life that you never want a lot of.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of those things is negative equity. You don't want to be the guy going, I got the most negative equity ever. That's not the position you want to be in. And well, 10,000. That's a lot of negative equity. That's a ridiculous amount of negative equity.
And we need to help put this into context, Dad. What does it mean to walk in and purchase a vehicle and have $10,000 in negative equity? Because I'm seeing a lot of comments that are saying we should stop using Shocked. I should stop using Shocked. I think it is quite shocking and alarming that a quarter of the people that trade in their vehicle and purchase a new vehicle that have negative equity owe $10,000 more than what their current vehicle is worth. I think that's shocking because I think that means you have to show up with $10,000 as a check to make sure that you can get into your new auto loan. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are other ways around here. Help us all understand. Is it actually shocking? Is it actually a big impact to owe $10,000 or more dollars than what your vehicle is worth when you go to purchase a vehicle?
Yes, it's shocking. It's disturbing. It makes it, in many cases, virtually impossible to get the customer out of that vehicle unless they have a sizable amount of cash to compensate for that amount of negative equity. And if they don't, and let's say they have really, really, really good credit, and they want to roll that negative equity in, I don't know. Do me a favor, Zach. If you can pull up a calculator, a car calculator, auto loan calculator, and let's just say that because they have all this negative equity, that in order to get to a payment that they feel comfortable with moving forward on the new car, they would want to finance that new car for, say, 84 months. Now, what I want you to do is I just want you to put in $10,000 for 84 months. No fees, no nothing. And let's just see what that extra $10,000 does to the payment.
Looks like here, Dad. Why is it saying monthly payment is 0? 1 second. Up front. Oh, I put down payment. Whoopsies.
Yeah. And then you have to take out the tax.
Well, let's I don't have it going into the
Okay.
payment.
So at 84 months, that adds $140. Let's call it $135 a month to your existing car payment. And just the amount of interest you're paying on that $10,000 negative equity over that 84 months is $1,800. So it's not 10,000, it's 11,800. And the sad reality is there are any number of people who are more than happy and more than willing to do that.
That
And
actually takes
that's
yeah.
what makes it shocking.
That's what takes us directly into the other Edmunds headline, which again, I think should shock the world. Nearly 1 in 5 new car shoppers committed to $1,000 or more monthly payment in Q4 2024, according to Edmunds experts. Analysts say the average monthly payment and average amount financed for new vehicle purchases hit all-time highs in the fourth quarter, despite declining interest rates. So let's bring the two worlds together here.
Yes.
Over here, we have, what was that? 1 out of every 4 vehicles that's traded in has over $10,000 that has negative equity, has over $10,000 worth of negative equity, which we know when you start to actually finance it rolled into a loan is significantly more than $10,000 in negative equity. And we're not even contemplating yet the depreciation of the new vehicle that you're getting and rolling that negative equity into. That's one world. The other world is 20% of new car buyers are spending $1,000 or more a month to purchase their new vehicle. Even as interest rates are going down, we're setting all-time highs for monthly payments, meaning less money going down, potentially shorter term loan terms, but we know it's actually like similar loan term lengths of around 70 months. So you're bringing these two worlds together. That's a pretty, I don't know, stark picture for the auto industry of who can actually afford to purchase vehicles.
Well, it indicates that as we've been saying forever, that there's a small minority of people that actually can find themselves in the marketplace to participate in purchasing a brand new vehicle. We know that is somewhere around 15 to 17% of the population feels like they can participate in purchasing a new car.
Yep.
Which means that 83 to 85% realize they can't. And what's worse is that of the 15 to 70% who can, well, 1 in 5 of those is willing to take on a car payment of $1,000 or more a month.
Yeah.
Now, I would imagine in some of those cases, it is people who have opted for short-term financing at specialized rates to take advantage of that. But I would also bet that there is a significantly larger percentage of those people who actually have payments of $1,000 or more, and their loan terms are 72 months or greater. And that is scary. I mean, if you're
ridiculous.
Well, if you're financing a vehicle and it's $1,200 a month for 72 months, I mean, goodness gracious, you're paying back close to $100,000.
Yeah, we need to dig more into this, and there's a certain data point here, Dad, that I think we have to call out, which is actually only 2.4% of purchases in the fourth quarter of last year qualified for 0% financing. So I know you're saying subvented in shorter term, but the data suggests not a lot of people are actually even getting their hands on it. Speaking of data,
yes,
y'all need to protect your data, and that's why today we thank our sponsor, Delete Me. This show could not go on without having sponsors from time to time, so thank you, Delete Me. Data brokers are selling our data online, Pops, and anyone can buy it. That's why things like your phone number, social security number, home address, and more, they're becoming readily available to marketers, scammers, and everyone in between. However, there are companies that are helping you take control of your data, and Delete Me is one of those companies. Delete Me removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers online on your behalf. And for the CarEdge community, we have a 20% off coupon when you use the code CarEdge, CAREDGE, and click the link in the description below. Join deleteme.com/CarEdge. I have Delete Me protecting my data every single day. 25,000 listings have been reviewed by Delete Me. Thank you, Delete Me. And they're pulling my information about my address, my name, my property records, family members, spouses, which I don't even have. Delete Me is
But
taking that
14%
info.
of the people think you do.
Dad, if you Google search Zach Shefska, it auto fills out Zach Shefska obituary, Zach Shefska net worth, and Zach Shefska wife. So I don't know what's going on there. But Delete Me, we thank you for your continued sponsorship and support of the channel. Okay, back to the Edmunds data.
Yes.
So obviously we have an affordability crisis.
Yes.
Ray Taylor's saying, how long can this continue? This is what I find fascinating because we also just got the latest data on auto loan delinquencies, Ray Taylor and Pops. And you can see here in December, 2.02% of auto loans were severely delinquent, up from 1.98% in November and 1.97% a year ago. So we have higher and higher auto loan delinquency rates, meaning people have stopped paying for their auto loans. We have more and more negative equity than ever before. I haven't even gone to the CarEdge data on negative equity, which also paints a damning picture. And we have more and more people choosing to spend $1,000 or more per month on their auto loan. When does it end? How long will we be singing this tune, Dad? When does it end?
When the world ends. We know that apparently the magic number for automobile manufacturers when it comes to selling new cars, we know that for them, if they're selling somewhere between 15.5 million and 16 million new cars a year,
Yep.
they're profitable. And not just by a little bit, but by a lot of it.
Billions. They're making billions of dollars.
So how long can it continue? As long as there's 15.5 million to 16 million people out there in the United States that feel like they can participate every year, this can go on forever.
I read an interesting article about that. Like Ford sales, obviously in the U.S., were not as strong as they wanted to be. In Europe, they're like they only have 3% market share. Hyundai, Kia stealing market share from them. So like, shouldn't some of the upstarts like cheaper Asian brands start to push prices back down? Like eventually that should happen, right? Open the market back up.
Should it? Will it? I don't know. I mean, one of the headlines today is that that the Trump administration wants to impose 25% tariffs, or they are suggesting that they will impose 25% tariffs on vehicles and parts imported from Canada and Mexico starting February 1st, unless, of course, they secure their borders better. Well, they got 9 days to get that done. What do you think the odds are? So I don't know. There are smarter people than me that have looked at what the tariffs could mean, and tariffs could add upwards of $3,000 cost per automobile. Well, we've been talking about an affordability crisis. We've been talking about that the market segment that grew last year was the $20,000 to $30,000 MSRP market segment. Well, guess what happens to that segment if there's tariffs of $1,500, $2,000, $2,500? It takes some of those cars that were affordable for people, and now suddenly they're not affordable.
So you don't think this ends? So you don't think this ends soon because of maybe government actions? You don't think this ends soon because of profitability? It's just profitable to continue to sell 15, 16 million cars a year. You think it's a mixture of status quo and maybe some government influence will keep this cycle that we're currently in, which again is record-setting auto loan delinquency and defaults and repossessions. 2, it's record-setting negative equity, and 3, it's record-setting monthly payments that people are taking on. You think it'll just stay because of status quo and government influence?
I think the percentage of people that will be able to afford new cars moving forward will continue to drop. Okay. And as that percentage drops, it pretty much guarantees that new car sales will remain stagnant between 15 and 16 million new cars sold a year. And that works for the manufacturers at this particular point in time. You you would think it has to come to an end at some point. But every time you think something's coming to an end, I don't know, it hangs on. It's got another breath left. And I got to believe that the automobile industry, as we know it, even though it's changing rapidly, they got a lot of breaths left, and they're still profitable at 15 to 16 million new cars sold in North America annually. Would it make more sense to me if that number were 17 million or 17.5 million, or if you could figure out a way to get that to 18 million? Yeah. But the theory is that at some point we'll all own nothing, or only a handful of people will own something, and the rest of us, we'll just be going along.
It certainly seems that way. We did an analysis, the CarEdge Q4 negative equity report, independent of what Edmunds did, and we found that electric vehicles have more negative equity than internal combustion engine and hybrid vehicles as well. This is fascinating because it hasn't happened yet, but the expectation is that EV tax credits will be removed, and so you end up in a situation where obviously those EV owners who were early adopters and might still owe money on their vehicle that they purchased on the auto loan. I mean, their negative equity situation. Our data showed 49% of EV owners are upside down, and then the Edmunds data shows 25% of those that are upside down are $10,000 or more. So there's even more of an acute crisis for those who went as early adopters towards electric vehicles. Those folks, I mean, they're going to just be out of the market, Dad. I don't know. It's hard for me to rationalize someone showing up with 10 big ones, to make themselves whole when they get into their next loan.
The electric vehicle owners are out of the market if they purchased.
Yeah.
Okay. If they leased, well, guess what? They'll have to be back in the market in 3 years.
Yeah.
But I believe even Tesla is now allowing on some leases, at lease end, the customers to buy the vehicles if they want to.
Yep.
So if you buy an EV, all I will say is if you buy an EV, if that's your plan is to buy it and own it, buy it and own it with the idea in mind that you're going to own it for 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise the amount of depreciation that you're going to be hit with on that vehicle is substantially higher than on any other type of vehicle at the moment.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to be burdened by that depreciation, lease the damn thing. Okay, because there seems to still be, and we don't know for how much longer, but there seems to still be some very aggressive lease deals available out there for some of these EVs. So if you have this urge to have an EV and you don't want to suffer the depreciation, lease it. If you don't care about the depreciation and you're planning on holding it for 8 to 10 years, then buy it. But otherwise, lease.
All right. I want to just let everyone know.
Yes.
The percentage of vehicles that had negative equity in 2021, Q4 of 2021, was 14.9%. The percentage of vehicles that have negative equity in Q4 2024, 24.9%. The average amount of negative equity in 2021 Q4, $4,147. The average amount, we've been harping on the 10,000 plus, but the average amount in Q4 2024, $6,838. Shocking, to say the least. Now, the advice that you were just giving there around electric vehicles makes tons of sense. Really consider leasing unless you know that you're going to own it for the next decade. And I see Justice's comment here saying Tesla gave me the lowest trade-in offer of anyone too. That's not good. They were lower than the top offer by $4,000. If you are going to sell a vehicle, trade in a vehicle, sell a vehicle, you need to shop multiple offers. It's easier than ever before. Go to Carvana, go to CarMax. We have CarEdge.com/sell. Get multiple offers before you sell one of these vehicles. Yeah, just don't take the first offer you get. And also book values are book values. No one's actually paying you that much. So please, 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 if you're in this negative equity position, do all your due diligence. Find the extra $100 in the couch cushions. It's worth it. You have some leverage there.
Indeed. And there will continue to be a shortage of high quality pre-owned cars. So you can pit, if you're looking to sell your car, and you don't want to do it necessarily online, go to the various dealers in your area and let them know, I'm not looking to buy anything. I'm just looking to sell. How much will you offer me for my vehicle? By the way, just so you know, I'm going to XYZ and QRS, and I'm going to all the various dealerships out
You
there.
can use the dealers' names, but yeah.
Well, what do you want me to make them up? And
I'm
I'm
going to
going
Driveway. I'm going to Echo Park. I'm going to Carvana. I'm going to CarMax.
wherever
I'm
you're,
going to,
and then
yeah.
I'm going to sell it to whoever offers me the most.
It's pretty simple.
Yes. So one of the things I would recommend. And if you are in a lease and your lease is up or coming up, and you suspect that you might have a little bit of equity, go to the competitors of that brand in your area and say, my lease is coming up. I know you'd like to have it on your lot. How much will you pay for it?
Want to let everyone know, back at CarEdge.com, we have a car buying and leasing service. So if you go to buy or lease a car and then click on car buying leasing, we have a concierge car buying service. And I want to show everyone, I'm going to scroll all the way down. You can see what deals we've gotten for folks recently. So great resource here to know how much you should expect to save. We've got all sorts of information here, a video that Ryan and I made that shows you the steps in the process. And I'm scrolling all the way down to the FAQs because how does the trade-in process work? Your concierge partner will assist you in evaluating the value of your trade and provide expert advice on the best course of action, whether it's more advantageous to trade it in at the dealership or sell to an outside entity. We're here to guide you through every step of the way. We'll get the quotes and manage negotiation with the dealership as part of your overall package. So just want to make it very clear that this is part of what we do for folks back at CarEdge.com as well. If you don't want to go through all the rigmarole, we proud to offer a service that thousands of people use every year to manage this on their behalf. CarEdge.com/concierge. Okay, we got to switch gears, Dad. There's too many options. All right, we're gonna go in this direction. We're gonna go.
Okay.
The direction we're going to go is our favorite segment of the show.
Really? You've got to be kidding me.
Back-to-back headlines from Stellantis that just really made me raise my eyebrows. Ram's new boss takes aim at Mercedes. Interesting approach. Stellantis thinks DS can rival Bentley and Rolls-Royce with French flair. When in doubt, Dad. When in doubt, go up market. Say it with me, folks. When in doubt, raise the price. When in doubt, Ram trying to take on Mercedes. That just so happens to be in the van market that their CEO is talking about. He really wants to compete with the Mercedes Sprinter vans. And then obviously Stellantis looking at a new brand that can compete at the ultra luxury level against Bentley and Rolls-Royce. You think this is going to move the needle over at Stellantis?
I think that'll move the needle the same for Stellantis, the same exact way when I was with Acura many years ago, and they played a message from the head of Acura sales saying, we're going to grow the brand and we're going to grow it. We're not going to grow it with niche vehicles. We're going to grow it with mass market vehicles. And then in the next breath, and in order to do that, we're proud to announce we're coming out with the ZDX. Now, this was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, they're right. They're not going to do it with niche vehicles. They're going to try and do it with super niche vehicles. It didn't work for Acura, I hate to say. And I'm pretty sure it ain't going to work for Stellantis. Sometimes it's just good to accept that Mercedes is Mercedes, that Rolls-Royce and Bentley are Rolls-Royce and Bentley, and that's not your playground. Go find a different sandbox. Go find you've already proven with the Grand Wagoneer, and you've admitted now, people at Stellantis have admitted that perhaps we went too far.
Perhaps.
Really? You think so? So now there's others at Stellantis who are saying, perhaps we haven't gone far enough. You have. Okay? You're not luxury brands. Don't try to be what you're not. Perfect what you are.
You saw
Okay.
my tweet, Dad. The side by side headlines of Jeep says it may have been too ambitious with pricing the Wagoneer. Jeep prices have increased 61% in the past 5 years.
Yeah, you think so? So sometimes just get really good at what you are, and don't try to be something you're not. And they have proven with any number of their brands as they continue to try
Look
and
at
go
that
up to
comment. At least Stellantis can match the prestige and luxury brands for maintenance and depreciation.
exactly. I guess that's what they're good at. I mean, so is this going to help? No, it's not. Okay, and Stellantis isn't really going to take on Mercedes with the Sprinter van, and and they're not going to. They're not really going to take on Rolls Royce and Bentley. They can kid themselves all they want, but it ain't going to happen.
All right, folks, we've got a new segment that we need your help with. It is called Pops and Zach Want to Buy a Car Off of Bring a Trailer. Pops is going to come to the DC area and teach Zach how to drive a manual. Now, you
Yeah,
found 2 vehicles over the weekend, Dad, that you thought were really interesting that we
yeah.
should consider buying to teach me how to drive a stick shift on. I don't have the links handy, but let's pull them up. And then, folks, obviously let us know in the comments which vehicles you're interested in as well. And would you watch? Which channel should we put those videos out on as well? The CarEdge channel or the CarEdge Live channel? And would you watch in some vehicle me learn how to drive manual? What do you want me to look for here, Pops?
Well, the first one I want you to look for was the Alfa Romeo Spider.
Is it spelled with? Oh, it's spelled with a. Oh man,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
spelled with an I.
All right. I thought they were. Oh man. This one?
Yes, that one.
A 1986 Spider Graduate. This is what you want me to learn how to drive a stick on.
Yeah, that's a lovely car. I drove one as a demo once at Admiral Nissan. It was just really and what's the current bid on it? It's up to $3,100.
$3,100.
Yesterday it was at 1,000. That was a bargain. But it was not a bad looking car, and it wouldn't be a bad car to learn how to drive a stick on. I thought there was a certain
looks cool, Dad.
Yeah, I thought there was a certain sexiness to it. And the other one was a 1974 Triumph TR4 or TR6. I forget.
Let's see.
So it must have been a TR6. Yes, that red one.
$10,000.
Well, it was at 3,000 yesterday. Yeah. I could see the fun just driving it down from New York.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ooh,
buddy.
This is
And it has the original
original
window sticker. Look at that. It was $4,000.
Wow.
Yeah. $4,700, I think.
It seems like people, I'm looking at the chat now, Dad. People are interested in watching us.
Okay.
People are interested in watching us do it. Suggestions. All right. So my email is Zach, ZACH at CarEdge.com. If you find vehicles, folks, on Bring a Trailer that you think would be interesting for me to learn on, for my dad to teach me on, send them. Or Cars and Bids. Either site would be really interesting. And yeah, I think we do it, Dad. I think it'd be really fun this summer to have one of these cars for me in the city. So I'm in.
Absolutely. And nothing says I'm a successful, sophisticated tech CEO like a 1974 Triumph TR6 or a 1986 Alfa Romeo Spider Graduate. Now, the one thing about the Alfa is at least Alpha's still in the country again. And so, you might actually be able to get your hands on some parts if you need them. Oh, and you will. But when it comes to the Triumph, it's going to be harder when you need things. Oh, and you will with that as well.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I don't think we have data on cost of ownership for either of these.
I'm pretty sure we don't, but it could be astronomical.
Yeah, I bet you it will be.
Okay. Yeah. But
What do
yeah,
you think
I thought,
insurance is going to cost? I mean, we'll document the whole thing if we do it. Obviously, like I can't. Insurance is going to be crazy.
I don't know. We'll figure it all out. But I just, I was on Bring a Trailer yesterday, and I thought, maybe there's some, like, there was an MG that I was looking at as a possibility, and
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah. Wait. What?
and
Let's look
and
at
an
those.
Austin Healey Bug Eye. Um, there were some interesting cars.
Whoa.
That one, yeah.
Oh my gosh! This ends in 2 hours, Dad.
Yeah, that one's only up to 13,750. Yeah.
Oh man, that's a cool looking car with the
Yeah.
roll bar.
Yeah. Tonneau
What the
cover.
heck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I got a silly question for you.
Yeah.
How would the transmission of something like this feel compared to a modern manual transmission? The same,
Uh,
different?
oh, a lot different. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Austin doesn't have a hydraulic clutch. But you've got the legs for it. You got the strength. You got, and even if you didn't, you would have the most overdeveloped left calf muscle every time you had to put in the clutch. Yeah, yeah. So there's some really interesting cars
This
on
is gonna
there.
be cool. I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah,
I think driving around in a stick shift this summer in the city, I'm in. I think it'd be really fun.
Okay, yeah. Maybe you could even, well, I don't know. It might not, none of them might not make it to the shore that far, but even though it's only 186 miles, a lot can go wrong in 186 miles.
I want a reliable one. All right, I want a reliable one.
Well, if you want a reliable one,
Yeah.
and many people have put it in the comments, that would be a Mazda Miata,
Okay.
even if it's an older one. Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many. Let's see. Yeah, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, $4,200.
That's today. When's it end?
In an hour, in 2 hours.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? Those European ones look a little sexier, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
A lot sexier.
They won't run as well. They won't stay running as well.
This
Just
is gonna be
saying.
fun. This is gonna be fun as hell. How privileged, how lucky. Yeah, let's come here to the chat again, folks. If we can help you out with anything, CarEdge.
The other thing I was thinking,
yeah,
because we had one when we had the mini Roadster,
Huh.
but we had it in an automatic. We should look for a mini Roadster and a stick.
Mini Roadster.
Yeah.
None are currently up for sale right now.
Okay.
But man, they're kind of expensive too. Oh my gosh, a JCW. Whoa.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
That could be wild. Anyway. All right,
That's
this is
fun.
they're
fun.
We're gonna do it, folks. We're gonna do it.
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty doggone cool and special. All right, let's come here to the chat. Michael P.
Thank you, Michael.
How about the car used by Lieutenant, Colombo, a 1959 Peugeot 403 convertible for Zach to learn a manual might bring more laughs for the video on CarEdge Live. What is that, Dad?
Well, Peugeot was a fine French automobile. Either that, or we should look for an old Saab.
Oh God.
Yeah. You know what would be great? A Volvo P1800.
What the heck are these Peugeots? Okay, Volvo. What was that?
A Volvo P1800.
Oh, what are these?
These are some pretty cool cars.
Wow, this looks sick.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously super expensive. Like, holy cow, I can't fathom spending that much money.
Yeah,
but
they were. I mean,
what a
Volvo
gorgeous
didn't make a
looking
lot
car.
of sports cars, but they made the P1800 was a good looking car.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited to learn how to drive manual, Dad. This is gonna be so much fun.
Oh, we can get you an RS8.
No. Someday, but not anytime soon. From DC Fat Cat, thanks for the kind contribution. I see a lot of those I see a lot about the dumpster fire that are electric vehicles, but what's the deal with the Korean cars, i.e. Kia? Are they the golden goose or a major Trojan horse? Kia EV6 been flying off the shelves. Hyundai's been selling the EVs like crazy. Kia and Hyundai growth has been remarkable here in the
Yeah,
United States. So I
yes,
don't think it's a Trojan horse. I think they're a quality brand. Now, bear in mind, there's been a tremendous amount of fire related, engine fire related recalls with Hyundai Kia, like millions of vehicles. So
yeah, for their
internal
gasoline
combustion
powered
engine
cars.
vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think they have really started to nail it when it comes to EVs, and
Yeah.
and they would tell you that they're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Okay, they really are. They are strongly committed to an EV future. Now, whether that really pans out, I don't know. But the quality of their EVs is far superior to the quality of their ICE engine vehicles.
Now, Dad, here's something I just saw in the chat. Someone saying, have Brandon buy one for us at the auction, and then we could drive it up from North Carolina. Now that could be interesting.
The ones that Brandon would buy for us at the auction wouldn't make it from North Carolina to.
That is, got it. You got to caveat. Brandon only sells vehicles that pass his quality specifications. My dad.
I'm just saying, if we're looking for him to buy, trust me. But we'll find something. I think this could be a lot of fun.
It already is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I haven't even learned how to do it yet. Late 80s, early 90s Honda CRX.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the CRX?
You know what else would be good? A Toyota Mr. 2.
Oh, yeah, the MR2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, CRX is looking kind of cool for a Honda. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at the Toyota. I think we go the Italian route though, or like the Alpha. Let's just really. Oh, this is good looking though. Wow.
Yeah.
What's that called? T-top? Is that what this is called?
Yeah. You can come in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, buddy. That could be you.
Well, let's. All right. We're doing this, folks.
Okay.
We're 100% doing this because now I have an idea, Dad, of how fun it's going to be. It's becoming more real for me. So we'll do it. You've got people there at your house to fix something there. Enjoy your afternoon. Folks, if we can help you with anything, CarEdge.com. Thank you to Delete Me. If you want to support the channel, support our sponsor, Delete Me. Join Delete Me. Has the link in the top of the description. We'll be back tomorrow looking at more cars and talking about something. I love you, Dad.
What time's your flight tomorrow to
7 p.m. So hopefully New Orleans got like the biggest snowstorm they've ever had, and I'm flying in there tomorrow. So yeah, not excited about that.
Well, it could be fun.
It could be. All right, Dad, I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you too. See everybody, if you're interested, CarSense 130, CarCents, Brandon and Ray, talking about who the hell knows what. See everybody tomorrow.